Litmatica might be one of the most powerful building tools in Minecraft. On the other hand, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself if you decided to use it and cheat your builds. If you don't know what Litmatica is, then I'll give you a quick explanation. It's a mod that lets you open a creative world, build something amazing in creative, then use Litmatica to copy and paste the build into your survival world with a schematic. It gives you a list of materials you need and lets you easily place blocks to make building unbelievably easy. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, this video series is a recap of my weekly streams on my SMP server, where I stream Monday to Thursday from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern. You should check it out. Wink, wink. And this week, we decided to use Litmatica to build a fire chicken. You don't know what a fire chicken is? Well, that's a story for another time. Another time, like probably later in this video. Type another time, you know? Wink, wink. Anyways, last week, to make sense of the lore in my area, we decided to build a man keeled over the edge of a mountain, vomiting out a river. Why is he vomiting out a river, you might ask? Silly viewer. Isn't it obvious? He drank some of the expired milk that a golem had been boogieing into. Look, we have an ostrich. You can't tell me that Steven Spielberg isn't watching this and trying to reach out to me to direct a movie about this absolute cinema of a lore. Okay, come on now. But alas, when I looked at the top of this man's back, I realized something was missing. Something big. Something that required me to go into creative to map out. That's if I wanted to finish it at a reasonable pace. That's when the Litmatica debate occurred. I spent a night building up a magnificent build to prepare for my streams last week in creative. I even got all the materials ready to go from the list the mod gave me. We had 4 streams, all 2 hours each, totaling 8 hours. Other than a few hiccups with the easy place, we were able to build an entire phoenix, a mythical bird associated with fire and rebirth, all in under 4 hours. One of the viewers sparked up the debate on whether Litmatica was cheating or not by stating, "Dude, can you just be normal for once?" Which garnered a chain of quote-unquote W-Take L streamer chats that flooded the comments. Knowing myself how amazing and perfect and humble I am, I knew that there was a deeper meaning to the messages the chat was sending. It was clear that the commenter wasn't asking me to be normal. He was asking me to look deeper into my actions, to become aware of them, to realize that building this quickly is just not normal. So I want your opinion in the comments whether you think using Litmatica is cheating or not. I'll give you some arguments I've heard from both sides, and you can make your own decision. 1, Easy Place lets you place blocks way faster than normal building, and it bypasses the traditional survival gameplay. It's ridiculous how fast you can build. You can also use the mod to gain an advantage over other players. You could just do things way quicker. You can lie and pretend like you're way better at building than you actually are. Not me, I'm amazing, okay? So shut up. Using Litmatica to build in creative is way less satisfying than building in survival, since it removes the challenge of constructing it. From personal experience and making this phoenix and making these trees, I can 100% say it was way less satisfying than building the rest of my builds only on survival. On the other hand, Litmatica was super helpful for building this complicated design, and this saved me hundreds of hours of time to build. If I was to do this in survival, it would take me longer to figure out what I want to do and detail everything. It would have been way too hard. It made it so much easier to be creative on how to solve the problem of this guy's back looking so boring. It gave me access to blocks I completely forgot about, kind of like these frog lights. If I didn't see that there was frog lights in the creative menu, I would have never known they were in this game. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you think it's cheating or not. Anyways, you might have noticed I did not show the head of the phoenix in this time-lapse I've made yet. And that's because the Litmatica debate was not the only debate we had on stream this week. We had one other. When I started building the phoenix, the chat brought up the idea that a phoenix, the mythical bird, is technically just a fire chicken. And while I was arguing against that idea, they had the audacity to say that this particular phoenix, the one that I, Flappy Dappy, was building, was technically Flappy's bird, referencing the Flappy Bird game that died years ago. Let me tell you, if I could afford to lose my best viewers, I would have banned all of them on the spot. Flappy's bird, how dare they? As the anger started to build up inside me, I decided to look back at the build and examine it. That's when I realized something that actually made me laugh. The way that I built the head of this phoenix was so stupid that it actually looked like a chicken head. I actually unintentionally built a fire chicken. Like, even if they were wrong about a phoenix being a fire chicken, I literally built a fire chicken. It looks like the chicken from Moana. This should go down as another negative to Litmatica because it just gives me way too much creativity. It's unlimited. I should be banned for this one. This is ridiculous. Anyways, that's my rant for this week. To recap, we built this amazing fire chicken, which makes this already impossible lore even harder to decipher, and added a bunch of spruce trees around to give it a vibe. Next week, we'll be working on some landscaping around the build, and then start working on the interior of this nether portal. Thanks for watching. Like the video, please. It makes me happy. Okay, bye.